So, after the first really long episode in a while, we are going to continue and hopefully try to beat the fiery field this time. And we can talk about another topic that I just spontaneously had, actually quite spontaneous. Digimon and Pokemon. What's better? I'll be honest with you. Digimon Masters. I'll be more honest with you. It's a little unfair to say that Digimon is better than Pokemon. Only saying that it's a little unfair. First of all, the Digimon anime. Not for right now, the Digimon Ghost game. I'm talking about Digimon Adventure, Digimon Adventure 2, Digimon Adventure Tri. Maybe I didn't watch Digimon Adventure Tri. Digimon Tamers, Digimon Data Squad, Digimon Frontier, and at least some more Digimon Fusion. All those anime were better than Pokemon, a lot better. And I rewatched a lot of them, even at quite a late age. And I might rewatch them again because I really like the Digimon anime. Because they are quite good. There's a good story, there's interesting characters, especially Digimon Tamers, which is my favorite Digimon anime and one of my favorite animes ever, maybe because of the nostalgia, but I really liked it. And there's just no comparison to the Pokemon anime, none at all. Now, talking about Digimon games. There are none. Are there? I actually have to check that. Are there any Digimon games? Digimon games. PC or I don't know. List of Digimon video games. I'm at Wikipedia right now. Digimon World, I watched a Let's Play of it and I actually like that game. I maybe will play it one day myself. Pocket Digimon, never heard of it. Digimon World 2, also interesting. Pocket Digimon World Cool and Nature Battle Disc on the PlayStation. First of all, most of them are on the PlayStation. Digimon World 3. Okay, Digimon World 4. Digimon World Redigitize. Digimon Redigitize Decode. Digimon World Next Order. Digimon World Next Order International Edition. And the Digimon Story series. Digimon World DS, Digimon World Dawn, Digimon World Dusk. Digimon Story Lost Evolution. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Digimon Story Super X-Rose Wars Red and Blue. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory and Untitled Digimon Story Game. I have not heard about any of them. I have never heard any of those games. Except Digimon World because I watched a Let's Play of it. That's the big problem. I want to like Digimon a lot. And I like Digimon a lot more. The concept of Digimon I like a lot more than actual Pokemon. The problem lies in the fact that there's no real good Digimon game that I think I would like. There just isn't. The Pokemon games are just more popular, more my thing, or more accessible to me because I don't have a PlayStation 1. Sorry, I just had something in my throat. But yeah, I think it's really sad because I really want to have a good Digimon game that I could like. There's a mobile game that I liked, but I don't think it's a first-party publishing game. So, I mean, I can't really say anything about a game that's not from the game developers. So it's quite sad. But still, we're going to say, first of all, Pokemon games are better than Digimon games for me. But after that is out of the way, I like Digimon more than Pokemon as a franchise. I just like the Digimon sprites I like more. They are a little more adult, at least until Fusion. Okay, I'm going to make another little modification to what I want to say. Until Digimon Fusion, excluding Digimon Fusion out of my Digimon Fusion and above out of what I want to say, I like the Digimon sprites, evolutions, and most of the things about the aesthetics about Digimon more than those of Pokemon. That's my opinion about that. I think Agumon is a nice Pokemon. It's a nice rookie form. The next Pokemon, Greymon, what is it called? Growlmon? I'm not sure. I think Greymon is a really nice Pokemon. I mean, look at it. It's a dinosaur with a fire-spitting dinosaur with a skull, or not a skull. I don't know what that actually is. With something on its head. It's just really cool looking. And in comparison, we have in the Pokemon games. In the first few Pokemon games, Pokemon could actually compare to them, not in the sense of them being similar, but more so in the sense of them being equal to each other. The Pokemon games and the Digimon anime. So I like Charizard, I liked a lot of the sprites of the Digimon, the Pokemon in the first gen. I also liked them in most gens until I liked most of the Pokemon until Gen 3, but it's a fact that I didn't like them enough. I think you could say that I didn't like them enough. And what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to die. Is there any way for me to get out of this situation? No. Maybe. Now there might be, but no, there isn't. Okay, well, that didn't quite go too well. Yeah, I like Charizard, I like Blastoise, and I think they are comparable, at least equal to the big guys from Digimon, like Garurumon. What is it called in the English version? I have to actually Google that again because I want to. Oh, I'm sorry if you heard that. That was my microphone. I just hit my microphone basically. I'm sorry about that. How do I Google this in the best way? Digimon evolutions. Okay, Digivolution, Digimon Wiki. I'm sure the first three should be somewhere up there. Digimon Adventure, Mode Change, Bio, Spirit. Nope. I want a list. Digi-Egg evolution chart. Okay. That's something I want to see. Where is what I want to see? I'm searching for Garurumon. Are they not missing a little bit here in this chart? I see Patamon. Nope, that's not quite what I want to see. Nope. There's a lot of missing here. There's Kangarumon. No, no. I can't see what I want to see. Come on, there has to be a good list over somewhere. This one. Come on. And they don't tell you the names. Okay. You know what, forget it. But still, I like the fox. No, is it a fox? No, the wolf form of the Pokemon that. Damn it! It's been too long and I can't remember the exact names. Also, I don't know how they changed the names from German, English, and so on. You know what? We're going to stop with that topic of comparing Digimon and Pokemon. Instead, I want to talk about something else, which is also related to Digimon, and that's names. Names changed from English or from Japanese to German, from Japanese to English, and so on. It's localizing names because some names are quite weird sounding to people from other countries, other nationals, other languages. Because if you hear a name like, I don't know, do I have any good name? Ryu. Ryu means dragon in Japanese, and they might just change that name to something else. I don't have a good example for that. But still, there are a lot of names that were changed in the German version to better fit being German words, German names. And yeah, I personally didn't have anything against it. I would even say I liked it. It's a little hard to say. I also don't know why I just went into the Lapis Cave, by the way. I just misclicked, basically. So we're going to do a little speedrun, I guess. But, I'm completely out of it. I like the idea of localizing names. It's nothing bad if you localize names, in my opinion. Because the audience that is going to be reached by watching the show is going to be bigger. It is easier for people to watch a show if things are similar to what they expect it to be, them to be. If there are weird names, then people might just get not as immersed into the story as if they weren't. That's why I get the idea of localizing things. I also like the idea of keeping things normal and basically adjusting some of the formalities from language to language to catch the initial flair that was in that story, in the language itself. Keeping names, but I don't know, the sun, the kun, those pronouns, maybe. Those pronouns that you put after a name are for formality's sake, and most things, at least in English, there are also not as many pronouns as in Japanese. There is, I guess, Mr., there's Mrs., Miss, things like that, but not as many as in Japanese. And I would say it would be making more sense to... I heard some German translations that kept those pronouns, which was a little annoying to me to watch. And that's why I like it more if they at least do this much and put the pronouns of that specific language into the story, into the thing they produce. If it makes any sense. I have no idea whether or not I make any sense anymore. I'm pretty tired at this point. Yeah, whatever. You know what? We're going to go away from the anime topic. We're going to go away from that, because always when I talk about it, I am getting I forgot what to I forget what to say. My language is getting worse when I talk about it. So we are going to try to talk about anything else. Is there any topic that I want to talk about? I did get I guess I did get a new job. That's why I think I said a little bit about it. I don't want to delve too much into it, but I did get a thing. Basically, I'm doing a few hours in a week. I'm working a few hours in a week in addition to the university now. I finally got one. And it's nice to have a good income. It's not really high money, but I still like the fact that I am able to save up money. Yeah. I'm still only 19. I had my birthday was last month somewhere at some point, and that's the first time I actually have a job, so I like that. Yeah. Now, wow, I can't actually say anything about it because there's nothing interesting happening. I guess the thing that surprises me the most is I thought it would have been even more taxing than it actually is. No, don't get me wrong, it's not easy to work, but still, it is a lot easier than I thought it would be in that specific job. You are exhausted after it's done, but it's at least what I'm trying to say. It's the place where I'm working is really comfortable to work at, because the colleagues are quite polite. I like talking to them and I like working with them, meaning I don't really have a problem with working there, and I'm happy to work there for a long time, which is what I was a little worried about, that I might not like my colleagues, or I might not like something about that place. I might not like something, and that really didn't come to fruition, which I like. In the end, I really like where I am right now. Well, yeah, I like where I am right now, and I'm quite happy about that. But there's one thing I regret, and that is not doing things like that earlier, meaning doing a part-time job while going to school. You can't fully work while going to school, but I think you can do some smaller things. For example, you can give tutoring to students younger than you if you are good at school. And at least at some points, I was, at least I would say in mathematics, I was definitely able to help other people learn, tutor some people in the younger classes, maybe even in the classes same as mine. But, well, I didn't. And that's quite annoying in retrospect, because it would have been nice to have already done that. At that point I would have gotten work experience, I would have gotten a little more than just my pocket money. It would have been a nice thing to do. And I also had the time, I just wasted time playing games. But I guess that is something you regret after it's already happened. So it's not like I didn't do anything while I was at school. I focused mostly on school itself, but it doesn't mean I again didn't want to go to Tiny Woods. But you know what? We're going to take it. We're going to take it as we get it. We're going to beat the Tiny Woods now. So, I wasn't completely unproductive while going to school. I did my homework, and I mean, it did pay off that I did what I did in me getting good grades, but I think I could have done even more than I already did. That's what I want to say. Yeah. Still, I guess that's completely natural that there's some things that you would like to change. I mean, I don't know. Would I specifically want to change something if I were able to go back in time? Meaning, in my productivity, I would. There are years. If I separate my entire school life, specifically school life, into the different years, there are 12 different years of school in Germany, from 1st class to 12th class. Primary school, junior, middle school. Is it called junior school? I don't know. Middle school and high school. Those 4 parts are basically divided into 12 classes. That's a way of visualizing that if you're not from a country that has this system, the school system. And if I were to say at that point I could go back in time and try to change things, I guess there would have been points where I would have liked to not go back in time. Yeah, there are a lot of points that I wouldn't change no matter what, because in retrospect I liked and I like where what I was doing, where I was. I like that. However, there were also a lot of places where I think, why was it this laggy right now? I have no idea. Where I think I could have done even better, so I would have liked to go back into those places. But it's also hard to just say I would have liked that, because if I were to go back, for example, I would go back to 7th year in school. That's around middle school, I think. No, junior. Between the start of middle school and end of junior school. And at that point, I would have maybe liked to change one thing. That's just an example, and not specifically close to reality. And if I were to say that, then I would also have to relive through the rest of the life that I've had from that point until this point. Meaning there would have been a lot of time I would have had to relive, and I don't know whether or not I would actually take that as a cost for doing this. I don't know if this would be worth it for me. I mean, it already happened, so I'm not as sad about it happening as it not happening. Especially since in my life there wasn't really something that I really want to change. It's more so that I want to change a lot of things, but I don't want to change one thing really that much. I think that's one way, yeah. I'll keep that opinion for now. I'll keep that opinion. And Kyogre just got a big boost. Secret Power is still doing 1, my attacks doing 12, and Surf is going to finish it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there are probably a lot of people that want to change a lot of things in their life. A lot of them. I mean, maybe everyone. I can't say everyone. Maybe? I don't know. You can always do better. That's what I want to say. That's something that is basically always true. You can always do better if you try hard enough. And that's a nice thing about life. I mean, if you couldn't always do better, then there would be an optimal path to life. And I mean, that's just... There are a lot of reasons why I don't think that there is an optimal path to life. There are a lot of optimal paths to life to individuals that are optimal for them. But there is no overall optimal path to life. That's what I believe, think, hope to think. Yeah. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I think that's a good note to finish this episode, to be honest. And I'm going to think about whether or not to do another episode after this one. Because the first episode I made this day was a 40-minute episode. I will keep it as one. I could also split it into 2, but if it already happened, I don't want to change that. So I'm going to keep it as 1 episode. I'm going to also keep this as 1 episode because it's 20 minutes, 22 minutes now soon. Whether or not the next episode this week is going to be Pokemon or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! It's probably going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm a little lazy right now to continue doing Pokemon because I'm losing a lot. Or maybe I'm going to do something completely different and I'm going to try to go for another Pokemon game. For example, Pokemon Crystal. I want to play that game again. Who knows? But I'm going to end this episode right here. Have a nice day. How do we do this the best way? I want to have a nice picture to end it with. Okay, that's good. Then we are going to, we're going to leave it at this and say, have a nice day and goodbye.